Hello, hello, hello. It is Moonshine Oracle with a Cheshire cat Grin for the Earth element, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Holy shit. The emotions from people that are being eclipsed out is clinically insane. Like, it's sensory overload for me, and I am a water dominant chart. Like, I guess it's because I'm awakened and aware and slightly more advanced in the game, but like once I process an emotion, like I'm done with it. I don't revisit it, nothing. And before I go any further, this could be you, this could be the cross watcher. Don't know, don't care. I'm just channeling the energy accordingly. Disclaimers are in the description boxes of all the videos because I will not be dealing with anyone's triggered, unhealed bullshit. Please, as I said in the water sign video, tarot, spirituality, religion, it is not an excuse to bypass licensed professional help, especially medically. And by that I mean your headspace. Okay? There's nothing wrong with seeking the help you need, but the thing is, we're not, like the majority of us, we are not licensed professionals. I will be the first one to tell you to reroute yourself in this regard. Same thing with financial advice. If you need an advisor or an accountant, go do that, but keep in mind, we're not CPAs, and so on down that line. Like I think what this is too many lines are getting crossed. Like, this is period, point blank. This is someone who cannot respect boundaries. They just keep crossing the gun line over and over and over and over again. Like, there are no trespassing signs all over the fucking place. Well, it's because of me, my family's money. I can do whatever I want. Bitch, you about to get bitch slapped. You about to get dragged in the spirit if you're not already doing so. Somebody just keeps trying to check in, and it's almost daily, and it's starting to piss me off to high heaven, because it's like, little girl, you got the proposal, you got the man, you got the marriage, you got his mama to help you line up everything. What the fuck else do you want? And that's one thing I've noticed about people that are jealous, is they want you to have nothing, not even your life. Like, they want you dead, they want you buried, they want you cremated, they want you out of the way, the whole 9 yards. But I mainly see this type of behavior in people who know that two individuals are a divinely orchestrated pair, but they want that union for themselves. So they do some pretty demonic shit to get it. Like, I'm sorry, if something is meant to be, you would never have to sell your soul to get it. You wouldn't have to manipulate, you wouldn't have to blackmail, you wouldn't have to extort, you would not have to do anything that would put yourself in a damning position later on down the road, according to physical and spiritual laws. Even if you are not breaking a physical law now in the 3D, it don't change the fact that you are breaking spiritual laws in other realms. And eventually it's going to manifest in the form of something you are not going to be able to get out of down here. Because my thing is, I keep seeing men declaring dominance of sorts, because it's like one has some pocket change, another has a few dollar bills and a debit card. The other throws their wallet on the ground that's heavy as a brick. It's got cash, plastic, metal, like anything you can think of in that bad boy. And then there's another man, like there's a group of men to the right of them. And they just, like, even though they're competing against each other, they smiled and laughed because they're about to knock everybody out of the park. The cards they threw out of their wallets were all solid metal. And they took turns throwing multiple cards out of their wallets until none were left. Like all their credit cards, if you will, were metal. And that means that these some big time heavy hitters here. But it's not to say a rich man is coming into things. Like people who only have a karmic way of thinking would see that as, oh, she has a group of wealthy men about to fight over her. That's their logic and their reasoning, because karmics can only focus on money and love. That's it. And no one causes problems in that regard like a fucking karmic. They may not look karmic, but buddy, they sure do think karmic. Because I can see how they would get that. But awakened, more aware of the game me knows that metal is about to be tested. A lot of people's testicular fortitude is about to be put to the test. Only the strong will survive. Natural selection's getting ready to run its course, and you might want to clear the vicinity unless you plan on fighting in the arena yourself. That's what I gathered from all that. Because we have a lot of karmic pretenders. Well, guess what? Divinity is hitting the scene, and it's time for the metal to be tested. A few months ago, I did a video about how karmics are hot girl fit. That armor is shiny, that armor is brand new, but baby, it has never been tested. Don't give me the knight in shining armor, honey. Give me the black knight in battered armor, because I promise you that fucker knows how to fight, and he's better in bed. I said what I said. I said what I said. Yeah. And I feel a reader smiling right now. She agrees. Life is too short for bad sex. I mean, let's keep it a buck. Life is too short for that. So when I say testicular fortitude for the men is about to be tested, it's time for the women to woman up as well. Claiming, like, this is something a couple of years ago I heard my dad say to my brother while we were out on the river swimming. And my brother he was like 16 or 17 at the time, and he's just doing what they do best, and that is pop their mouth off. My dad just looked at him and said, there is a difference between thinking you're a badass and being a badass. And I agree with it. And my dad's a badass. My dad's done some badass shit. Dad is a retired fighter pilot of sorts for the United States Air Force. So yeah, he's done some badass shit. He's flown in some badass planes for his time. Like the badassery of the badass for his time. Yeah, he flew in them fuckers. Yeah, he flew in them. Navigated, timed when to drop torpedoes, the whole 9 yards. Yes. My dad's a badass. And I'm his oldest and firstborn daughter. So you can imagine the shit I inherited from him alone. People like me are not for the weak of heart. We are not. We're not weak. We're not delicate. We're like our own class of individuals in the spirit realm. Only the strong are meant to have us. So when I say metal is about to be tested, metal is about to be tested. Weak links, yeah, y'all just need to clear out. Like, clear out now, in a manner of speaking. Because soul groups are trying their damnedest to come together, but you have these karmic energies that just do not know how to sit down and be quiet and let things run their course. But a lot of times where a lot of this panic mode is coming from is the fact that the course has been run and they are to be eclipsed out. Like, this is eclipse season. We are going into fall. And that's like things die, like the plants and the trees, they're transitioning. And I mean, it's just, it annoys me because I don't like unnecessary emotions. I don't like unnecessary people trying to get involved, knowing damn good and well they are not supposed to be there. And a lot of people just do not know what they can do with themselves in their lives. It's like this rich girl who will not get out of my fucking energy. Like, she is making me so mad, it's not even close to funny. She is one of those, like, she will never have to work a day in her life. She doesn't know herself at all. She doesn't know what her talents are. My understanding is she doesn't even do charity events. Which blows my mind. Like, she wants people like me to do all the charity work and they just cut the check. And it's like, nah, bitch, people like me have to go to work in the morning and stay there for at least 8 hours. You have way more time, way more availability than me. You out your damn mind. Because it's time for the women in my class, if you will, it's time for us to have a break. It's time for us to be cut loose from what does not serve our highest good and have a little fun for once in our lives. Let our hair down, travel, and stuff like that, hone our skills and everything. Because if you're like me, you're supposed to be making a living off of your talents. Modeling, acting, music, like, that's what we're supposed to be doing. And there was an article I found out, I need to see if I can find it again, but it's like the time slot you were born, the hour slot in which I was born. I'm supposed to be creative. I'm supposed to be doing something artistic and stuff like that. Writing, culinary, like, I'm supposed to be doing those things. I went to school to be a fashion my God, what the fuck? Like, I went to school to be a shit, what the fuck is up? Like, I went to school for fashion. But little Miss Thang and her family over here in all this fucking bullshit, talentless, blasé, boring, like, their lives are made. They will never have to worry a day in their lives, but they are so worried about the people who are supposed to be making a name and a career for themselves because they don't know how to leave divine order alone. No one falls for temptation like a man. But my thing is this. As I've said in other videos. You are free to make your own choices. You are not free from the consequences of those choices. Someone chose to pay a bunch of people to stalk, harass, gather intel, this, that, and the third. The main intent of that was to gather intel. But at the tippy top, we have spoiled rich cunt making the requests with daddy's money. There's people below her who want to make a profit off of this girl. So they step up to do the work she wants done. The problem is, it's not the person she paid, it's the cohorts of the person she paid. One could be in a satanic cult. The other could be a jealous, insecure a-hole. That's that's in the law and enforcement field. And then you have the third one over here on the left, that is secretly into human trafficking. So as a result of her bullshit and her meddling and all this shit, there's now 3 corrupt people on an innocent person's radar, plotting, planning, and scheming. One's going to try to sell her into a prostitution ring. The other wants to deactivate her in the name of a sacrifice to benefit the Coven's lives and all that other weird bullshit. And then you have the corrupt cop over here who is a stage 5 creeper. Like, we're talking that dude that illegally takes inappropriate things of women and uploads them to Pornhub. It's only a matter of time before they are recognized on that site. And once they are recognized on that site, her reputation goes down the drain, takes a massive hit, the whole 9 yards. The damage caused is borderline irreparable at this point. It's irreparable. And if spoiled cunt got the girl's family into it, that's a double whammy on top of all that. And the family subsequently mistreats the girl, bullies her, harasses her, humiliates her, the whole 9 yards. The girl goes no contact. And so on down that line is like, yes, ma'am, you're responsible for all that. You are the nucleus of the cell that is a massive, massive problem. Because if money has truly exchanged hands, it's all going to be it's all traceable. I don't know a transaction that is not traceable. Literally and spiritually. Money is an energy exchange. It will link you to some shit you do not want to be linked to if you are not careful. And another thing, God is always watching. 4 years ago, I had a dream that I did not expect to have. If I see faces in full detail, that's never a good sign. It lets me know this person is an enemy. I have seen Red's face full throttle in the dream state. I don't see your face full throttle in full detail unless you're an enemy. A proven, sworn enemy. You don't have to say anything to me. If I have a dream about it, you're fucked. In this dream, it was like an An outer body experience. I was in a funeral home for a funeral, but it wasn't just a funeral. It was my funeral. Mine. And there weren't a lot of people in the chapel to pay their last respects because, I mean, just truth be told, a lot of folks really just do not care if I'm here today, gone tomorrow, and all that shit. If I were to drop dead right now, I'm willing to put money down. My request for a burial will go ignored. Like, they will throw my ass into an incinerator and call it. Even though that is against my wishes. I walked around the chapel in that dream for a minute. It's like, okay, I see the police there for the procession. I see my sister. I see my dad, who's just a zombie at that point because burying my mom damn near killed him. The idea of burying his child before him, I don't think he'd make it. Honestly, I don't think he'd make it. Then I'm walking around and stuff like that. I get to the front door of the chapel and I just see a lot of people waiting to be let in. But there was a couple of angels screening them at the door. But it's what they were screening them for that I found interesting, because the question was, are you free of gossip and slander against the deceased? The only way you were going to be allowed into the chapel to pay your last respects is if you were truly innocent from ruining my name and my reputation with your mouth. And another thing that was being held against them too was those who took bribes to cause me problems. Even if you showed remorse, it don't change the fact that you took the money. Even if you never uttered a word about it, it don't change the fact that God knows. Because there were two lines. One for the bribes, the other for the gossip and the slander and the defamation of character. Which was nearly everybody in my hometown community. And what really surprised me was my aunt and her in-laws, mainly her mother-in-law, just coming up in a mink coat and stuff like that. Like, they're bougie. They're high up, like their nose is up in the air, stuck up. And I don't know why she thought she was going to be allowed in, but she wasn't. And she was just flabbergasted. And I just remember side-eyeing her like, oh, why is you here? You know I don't like you. You know I don't like you. So it's one of those things. Because, I mean, it's just... Because the mayor in my hometown is a director at a funeral home. And the funeral... where my funeral was being held is the funeral home he oversaw. And he was just flabbergasted. He is one of the sweetest men to walk this earth, but he just does not see the evil in people until it's like presented to his face. I have never heard a mean word come out of his mouth. Because, like, he was allowed inside, but his wife was not allowed inside. I love his wife to death, but at the same time, it's like, I know the real her. Sweetheart, but at the same time, insecure. Then there was like 99% of my mother's side of the family. They were not allowed in. About 3/4 of my dad's side of the family were not allowed in. About The overwhelming majority of the hometown, like every church I've ever attended, they were not allowed in. But what surprised me is I saw an investigator with like reddish brown hair, him like standing off to the side of my casket, drowning on and on and on about how I was the love of his life. And it's like, I don't know you. Like, who are you? It's one of those things. And it was really weird. But the thing is, like, even though I didn't die, like, it's not meant to be my physical death. What I took from that is people were ruining my reputation. People knowingly doing this. If it's not out of jealousy and envy, it's for monetary gain. Now, when I say God sees and hears it all, God sees and hears it all. Because for my God, because for spiritual bouncers to be at the door of high authority, the angels, if you will, that's a big deal. And I said on my Facebook not too long ago that if I suddenly pulled away, it's because I know what you said, I know what you did. And I want no parts of you because of it. Now, my thing is this. Everything has a consequence, good or bad. And my thing is, I am not the only one having to deal with shit of this caliber. Because for a lot of things to work out, the divine scales had to stay in balance. But as long as one person is getting kicked around, the scales are going to be out of balance. And my thing is this, there's just too many people trying to insert themselves into an equation, because at this point, the angels, God, and all that jazz are like, who is you? Who are you? It don't matter if you're family. It don't matter if you're a coworker. It don't matter if you go to the same church, you live in the same town, you're a cop. You can be the president of the United States. If God tells you to kick rocks, kick rocks. God tells you to sit down and be quiet, sit down and be quiet. Because the divine has been trying to clean up a colossal mess for a very, very long time. And we have karmic energies stuck and obsessed over a divine being's love and money life. And it's just like, can y'all just stay in your lanes and mind your beeswax? Because if Israel enacts the Samson option, it ain't gonna matter. Because you're gonna be too busy focused on survival if you're not a pile of ashes first. Metal is about to be tested in this mofo. You either got the fortitude or you don't. If you struggle with mental health, do not get in divine being's business. A lot could have been avoided had karmic energies just minded their fucking business in the first place. Because all I know is I am sick of this energy. I want it as far away from me as humanly possible. Again, back to the concept of unnecessary emotions. Miss me with it. And with that, everybody enjoy your evening. Carbonara is for dinner tonight.